And the field rolls off for the American 700. The clouds have cleared a little bit, and it's gotten even hotter now. About 110, 111, believe it or not. It's gotten even hotter than what it was. One thing that we didn't talk about in the pre-race show is that after last night's qualifying races, the ARCSOA officials deemed the track's unnecessary turn 4 bump as bad, so they ground it down quite a lot, actually, and they got that bump actually fixed up a bit, and now you can actually run the inside out of 4, so we'll see what the drivers will do with that. I still think they're going to be a bit cautious, but Cooper Siron's going to lead the field down to the green here in the American 700, and the American 700 is go, go, go! And we are off here. Siron got a great start. Doesn't look like the 71 did, but away they go, entering turn number 1. Siron got a great start there, but here comes Michael White to the inside of Siron for the lead. Michael White takes the lead of the American 700. We already have our first lead change of the race, and it's not even out of turn 2 we had it. We've got Noah Hart closing in for second now, looking down low. I still think Michael White's going to lead the first lap here in the American 700. Let's see if that grind down worked. It did. The inside line is usable, and Michael White leads the first lap here at the American 700. Further back, however, we see some 4 wide racing here. 5 wide. They tried 5 wide for a little bit there. They are going 5 wide, or they tried it. Now they tried 4. They're back down to 4 wide, but it looks like these cars and drivers are having a fantastic race here. Close call but there between the 71 and the 03. Samper, and that would be Kyle Nova, the outside pole sitter, coming off the corner here. Still, they're staying relatively calm. Good start to the American 700. When will the big one happen? When will a lot of stuff happen? Who knows? This race is 80% survival, 15% how fast your car is, and 5% luck to win this race. And right now, these guys are handling this very well. They're 3 wide throughout the pack, some 4 wide. Oh, we got some close racing back there with, I think, is that 5 wide? Oh, God, that's really close. Oh, boy, I saw that one coming. Baskinger around, crosses around, and we might get the big one early here. Cross is in it. Baskinger, looks like the 82. That's a call. How was that not more cars? Oh, it looks like Samper got heavy damage. Charles Samper's got heavy front end and rear end damage. That's going to be it for his race, I think, or his chances of the American 700 go up in smoke on lap 4 of 350. And that's it. I saw that one coming. There was a big pack, like 3-4 wide, really tight together. And I didn't see that one ending well. How was that not more cars, though? In all seriousness, I see 5 cars were in that. We'll take a look at it again. So what ends up happening is they get really close. That's got to be 5 wide there. And Cross slides up into Basking, and there's really nowhere to go. Looks like Dormitory got a big piece of that as well, and the 82, of course, did. I think Kyle Nova missed that really well. He missed that, and was able to drive away, but we'll have to see what happened to the 4 as well. Oh, yeah, the 4's got some heavy damage, it looks like. It looks like Baskinger's American 700 hopes are, I don't know, they look pretty tarnished there, but that's a call, and Baskinger got the wall there. I think Baskinger's pretty much done. The handling's gone on that car. Looking from the DirecTV blimp, it looks like Cross, like I said, just slid up right into Baskinger, and there's nowhere to go, really. Saarinen got a piece of that as well, but how was that not more cars than that? Wow, one of the FART cars got a really nice avoidance there, I think, and we'll see who that is. That was Charlie Smith. Charlie Smith did a nice avoidance there. We're going to go on board with him. We're on board with Smith now as, well, this wreck would happen in front of him. He goes low because he doesn't see that there's a lot of smoke there, and right through the middle of that. That was a gutsy pass there, but he made it work. Good job, Charlie Smith. On board with Charles Samper. I thought when this wreck happened it would be the big one, but Samper had nowhere to really go, and tough break for him. Tomas Saarinen did get some damage out of this. He's alongside Baskinger. Baskinger's going to close in there, and just nowhere for him to go, really, and right in front there got a little bit of front-end damage, but I think that is fixable, or it should be at least. On board with Kyle Nova now. Wreck happens in front. jumps on the brakes here. There's where Pakal got damaged and got away with that unscathed. So great to see Kyle Nova miss that cleanly. Cars out after that wreck are Sanford, Baskinger, Pakal, and Cross. And we're going to go back green here. Jordan Davis leads. Marian Sharot second, and Noah Hart third. Fourth place is Cooper Sire on the pole sitter, and fifth place is his teammate Sean Perkins. We are off here. Looked like Faber got a pretty bad start back there, but way they go. Harple up to 12th. Great start by Harple. Noah Hart's already diving for the lead, however. The two-time ARCSOA Elite Series champions going for the lead. And will get it there, but he's got to hold off the young hotshot Australian rookie Cooper Siron, who's already diving underneath him, with help from Silver Fox, who started quite a ways down the order in 22nd. James Shelley started way down the order as well in P27th, so it shows how quickly the positions here at the American 700 can change. But Cooper Siron's going to lead this lap, and that's going to be the first lap of his ARCSOA Elite Series career that he's ever led. He may have gotten the pole, but fell quite a ways back early on. But it looks like the pack decided to take a much more calm approach this time around, and decided that they were going to be calm. And here comes Sean Galligan, who's been aggressive all weekend here at the American 700. He was the only one back when they had the bump that could make the inside work, since they ground down the bump because it was cutting too many tires. They determined that the bump was cutting too many tires, so now the inside line is definitely the most preferred around this track, but it looks like he got forced up high by Casey Lester, who started way back in the 30th, or I'm sorry, the 36th position, so this is pretty crazy, this race is, and how quickly things can change here. Michael White's led early on, led the first lap of the race, but he's already got some mechanical problems. Had a tire going down. Nicholas Vernier's already got a cylinder going down, and Joshua Collard's just slow, and some other damaged cars. That Saarinen is damaged with Rahal, and Rahal is normal speed, and Pushanda. Zold Dormitory and Zebulu Stark are hanging on very closely to this pack as well. Jacob Hart's taking the start of this race very cautiously. He's behind the main pack. He may have gotten a little bit of damage from that first wreck, but he is still in this race, and I wouldn't count him out yet. He is doing a quite smart job here. I think just being out of that pack, because it does look rather chaotic up there. Look at this. 4 wide racing behind Sean Perkins, the race leader. They went down to 3 wide, but Galligan is doing a fantastic job. There's Nick Mace, and Marian Sharot dives down the inside with help from Thaber, who had a really horrendous start there. I think fell back to like 30th, but stayed in the main pack then. Because when the pack started splitting, he was there. But Perkins looks like he's going to be the first car that I really think can break the pack up a little bit and not get caught in the recycling pit. 2 of the females in this race, Emma White and Jessica Shelton, were working together. Now White dives to the inside. You can see Tristan Wilhoit's in this pack as well. Nearly, oh boy, that was close with Siron back there. Wasn't Siron leading a couple laps ago? Now he's like in the middle of the pack. That's Fontana for you. And here they come off into the turn 3 now. Oh, Vincent Allen's going to make it 5 wide. I don't like this. I do not like this wreck, or this race right now. And, oh, they made it work. I don't know how they did that, but they did make it work. Whew, that was a close call there with Vincent Allen, but surprisingly, 5 wide did work out for them there. We got Sean Angel in the lead pack as well. Looks like Galligan is going for the lead now. Galligan or Shelley. Actually, that's Shelley. Galligan's in the middle of that pack. But James Shelley's going for the lead. 15 and car 15, car 14, battling for the lead now. Looks like Shelley's going to get it. Noah Hart would then recycle his way up into the lead. So we're starting to see that cars are deciding to be becoming faster, or they're really trying to. Jacob Hart's actually joined the main pack because it seems like they're trying to spread out a little bit. Because of the hot temperatures, the cars are not getting that great a tire wear either here, because the track is still quite bumpy. And even though they took out that big, huge bump, they're only getting about 20 laps on a fuel tank or a tire, so they're actually going to be pitting quite a lot in this race. The pack is kind of split into 2. Here's kind of what was kind of a second pack. It looks like they're trying to catch up to the lead pack, because they're not really battling, except for that little 3 wide there, but they're not really battling that hard. But you got some quick cars back here, like Nick Mace, Kyle Nova, the outside pole sitter. Jordan Davis was leading on the restart. So you're going to see some of these cars, they are fast enough that I think can get up there. We got the Ranmo up there. We got the ARCSOA Americas who have been rocket ships. Oh, Fabrosis blew up! It's been a disastrous weekend for Discover Ohio. Both McCain didn't have a right car, and Mike got into a simply hideous wreck in the qualifier, and now Fabrosis blew up. These hot temperatures are not doing well on the typically reliable Honda engines, so kind of surprised about that, but James Shelley leads Noah Hart and his Catnext teammate Sean Galligan. Jacob Hart on the outside, Casey Lester on the inside in the very patriotic scheme. Nice to see that on the 4th of July. Tristan Wilhoitson, another pretty patriotic scheme back there, as is Jessica Shelton. Of course, the red, white, and blue scheme on the ARCSOA Americas is their normal scheme. Wilhoitson a one-off car. Sean Galligan now is going for the lead now with help from Cooper Cyron and Sean Perkins. Those Horizon Group cars are quick. They're announcing full-time admission into the Sony Cup Series. However, looks like the drafting line on the outside was a little bit better. And, looks like Galligan's going to be making a dive for the pits here. I think he saw lap traffic up there of the 667 and decided to make a bail for the pits. Like I said, this is going to be a heavily pit stop-reliant race here as they're going to be catching Michael White, who isn't that far off the pace, but still quite slow. Noah Hart, however, is trying to take second position here. I think what's ending up happening is Galligan, Zebulon Stark, and DJ Curtis. Vernier's on pit road. And Charlie Smith pitted a lap before everybody else. They're planning on this race staying green for a while and keeping this going for a little bit. And here comes the majority of the field now down pit road, led by leader Noah Hart. And we're going to see what's going to happen with Galligan, I believe. Galligan's leaving the pits now. Charlie Smith was the first one to make a move onto pit road. He is coming off the front straight. Oh man, this could be actually pretty close with him and Galligan. He might end up playing this beautifully as we're going to ride on board with this roof cam. He has a helmet cam as well. Where is Sean Galligan? He's in front of the Zebulon Stark car. Oh, not even close, really. Now, this is where the American 700 typically gets spread out. Cooper Cyron stayed out again. He and Tedford did. The American 700 typically gets spread out here as Noah Hart beats the 88 off pit road. That's really impressive. I think Tedford and them are hoping for a caution. They had something like that happen, and oh boy, Emma White slow off pit road, but they had a caution after a pit cycle in qualifier A, and Charles Sanford lapped the field that way. And now they're coming on pit, or here's at least Perkins on pit road. And I believe I saw Cyron, yes, Cyron in the back pitted as well. So we're starting to see the pit cycles play out here. This was the second group of cars. Nick Mason, Jacob Hart are going to race each other off pit road. But Noah Hart, as you can see in the background, is closing in rather quickly. Noah Hart now battling with Tyler Thaber is going to take the lead, I believe. That group is going to take the lead here. As they're actually going to come up to lap Collard, it looks like. Galligan is going to pass Jacob Hart, it looks like. And yes, that is quite clear. James Silverfox has jumped up a few spots as well, so good to see Silverfox up the order. And tough break for one of the strongest cars early on, Casey Lester. Something is wrong with this car, maybe a missing lug nut of some sort, we're wondering. However, he is going to have to come down pit road again. Maybe a loose wheel, we're not exactly sure, but we'll see that in a second. What happened to Lester and see if he'll be rejoining the race, but he's already in the hole on lap 24 of 350. And Casey Lester, we think, has a much more serious problem than just a loose wheel. I think that's a problem with the turbocharger we're hearing. They're right now have the hood up, and we're going to see what happens to Casey Lester right now, but tough break for him. He was one of the strongest cars early on, but I don't think he's going to win at this rate. Michael White also on pit road again. Noah Hart and Tyler Thaber just lapped Joshua Collard. Here comes Jacob Hart to try and take third position away from Sean Galligan. I think got it that time, but Galligan's stronger on the outside line. That Catnext has a lot of power, but Hart had the inside line. This is the battle for fifth. This isn't like a typical American 700. Typically with the one of the Oracoms broke, and that is RL Ryusu. That looks terminal. I think that's terminal, but Ryusu, he's going to stop that on track. He was running in P10, an impressive run after a very difficult weekend here in the American 700. Looks like he's just going to bring it to a stop. That might actually bring out a caution. I'm not exactly sure what the officials are going to do with that, but Michael White is now going a second lap down. Noah Hart and Tyler Thaber are having a rather spirited battle. Casey Lester is back out on track, however, he is quite a few laps down. James Shelley now with Sean Galligan. Shelley's won this race, or not won it, but Shelley has not won an ARCSOA Elite Series races, but has finished runner-up more times than I can count at these kinds of tracks. So I expect James Shelley to be relatively strong here, as it looks like there was 3 wide up front. Yes, Michael White's actually keeping up speed with them, with the 2 leaders. Michael White, we know, had a fast car, had a tire go down early and put him in the hole pretty much the whole race. Thaber's going to take the lead, though, as Noah Hart and him are routinely swapping the top spot on the grid. As we're seeing, this pack is starting to reform a little bit here, and they should be actually catching up to Noah Hart once they get by Collard's car, which it was impressive that Collard got in the first place, but and he had nearly the entire garage area trying to work on the Minervini to try and get it to run. Yet, well, tough break. His car just simply isn't fast enough, but like I said, this race is mainly all about survival, and he could end up surviving to get a pretty good spot. BJ Pushanda somewhere along the line also had some issues. He was pretty quick in Fast 10 qualifying. He was the second to final car to be locked in, and Pushanda is looking rather sluggish right now, but he is on pace, but I think he just got caught out by a slow pit stop or something, but he is going a lap down. Noah Hart and Tyler Thaber are trying everything they've got, but that's becoming a nice little pack there. This isn't like the typical American 700. Typically, you'll see the second pack, if there is a breakaway, the second pack would catch, but it doesn't seem like that's happening today. Maybe it's the hot temperatures. If you can see back there, that's Tyler Thaber in second place. The lead pack is catching. Led by Sean Galligan. You got some pretty quick little rocket ships in this field. Whatever happened to Cooper Cyron's my question now. I think I saw him a little bit further back, 18th position, behind the secondary pack here of Pichu London, Emma White, Marian Sharrod, Zolt Dorman, that's Esteban Padcar, and Kyle Nova. Vincent Allen's also back there as well. He won the season 15 American 700, season 15 American 700 at Indianapolis. It may only be lap 37. We're going on lap 37, but it is actually getting close to pit stops again. Other than that new section that they ground down a bit, this track is pretty old and absolutely murders tires. And you'll see in a second when they start making a pit stop here pretty soon, but they're looking like they're trying to set themselves up to make a pit stop. I think some even are starting to pit. No, they're not yet, but I thought I saw Eddie Padcar make a dive maybe, but I guess not. But Noah Hart, or that's Jacob Hart, I'm sorry. Noah Hart continues to lead this race. Like we said, Noah Hart was one that I was going to watch to see if he'd take a lead early on in this race, but looks like that's the case. We thought a veteran would come up here and take the lead early on, as it looks like they are going to come up to some lap traffic, being Vernier, Dormitory, and a few other cars. Zolt Vernier is going to hold up some cars, mainly the lap cars, it looks like. Hold up Hart a little bit there, but Thaber actually is going to close in. It just doesn't look like Thaber's car is strong enough to really make a serious charge on Hart. Yet, they might need to work on it as the race goes on, but both these cars are serious contenders for the American 700. Here comes Thaber trying to take the lead on the inside line. But it looks like Noah Hart's going to get a better run on the entrance, and Thaber's pitting, that's why. And Tyler Thaber pits, which was pretty smart because there was a pretty substantial pack in front. Looks like Galligan pitted the lap before, though. Sean Galligan did pit the lap before, which he's going to try and get a big jump here, I think. And it didn't work out for Jordan Davis, or it didn't work out for what Jordan Davis tried to do, but he does have some let's see if he can get some luck on his side, as DJ Curtis did the same kind of move. Here comes Emma White and a few others on pit road. Thaber had a pretty far back pit stall because Thaber qualified way back in, actually in 15th, never mind. Thaber qualified in 15th, I was thinking of Tedford. But he's coming off pit road, and Noah Hart, I believe, just came in. Yes, he did. Noah Hart did just come in, and we'll see what Hart's going to do. Hart was qualified 5th on the grid, and he's in the pits now. Here is Tyler Thaber now. We're going to see where he slots in comparison to Noah Hart. So we're going to go on board with him. Coming up the corner, it's a lot slower race than we thought it'd be. They were up at like 200, and we thought the high temps would make it faster, but I guess not, as there's Jacob Hart. There is one of the Cadenex cars. That's of Shelley. I see Noah Hart up there, but it's not even close. Oh, here we go. Yes, it is closer than I thought. Still, I think Hart's going to hold it, but he's only going 190 while Thaber is going 205. I still think Thaber is going to be the man here, as both the Horizon groups stayed out another lap. Or actually, Perkins came in and came in a lap later, and Siren came in 2 laps later. Oh, looks like we got problems for Tedford. Tedford is slow on track. He is losing speed. Maybe not. I'm sorry, it looked like he was losing a lot of speed there. Last year's American 700 victor, Nick Mace, came from a lap down last year to win. He's up in 5th position. Gotta catch the 2 leaders, though. Where's Siron? Oh, yeah, Siron's not going to be leading this time. He just came out of the pits, and I think, yeah, Noah Hart and Thaber just passed him. So, yeah, Siron's going to fall quite a ways down the order. Looks like, I don't think that pit strategy is going to work out for Horizon Group at this stage, but kind of a very calm American 700 so far, but we'll see if that lasts. Tyler Thaber and Noah Hart just keep picking off cars. One of the more, not to be nasty, but one of the more uninteresting American 700s, because they're not in a big pack like they normally are. Here's the big pack, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything, really, to close in. Because once they do for a while, but once they hit, like, this pack like they're going to, they just slow down to a crawl. And it's really hard for them to get a run going unless if they start working together. But now Noah Hart's going to lap Pollard now. Pollard's going to actually shove him quite low, but once again, I don't think Thaber's got the car to win this. At this rate, it just doesn't look like Thaber's car can suck up to Hart's like it should. Casey Lester, because of his little turbocharger fluid issue, or hydraulic fuel, we're guessing it was either hydraulic or coolant, because they were putting some sort of fluid into the car issue. He's on a different strategy, but he's still quite a ways down the order. Actually, here comes Noah Hart. He just lapped Harple, who was in 24th position. And Thaber's sitting back there as well, so it's going to be a very long, drawn-out American 700 at this rate, but the first American 700 was very similar to this, where they had a crash early on, yet had seemingly what seemed like a really long green flag run afterwards, and kind of similar to last year's as well, where I think they had a crash early on, or they went a while without before the first caution. I can't exactly remember, but I remember that there was the gap, but then they had like the big one on lap 1 something. But the American 700 this time, I don't know if you can count that first little wreck as the big one, because it only took out like 4 cars, but I think it damaged like 6, but you can call it that maybe. If might be one of the cleanest 500s at this, or 700s at this rate. Jordan Davis and Tristan Wilhoit, these 2 guys have some history, positive history with each other. They're trying to work their way up the order, but it's really hard now that the pack's spread out this much, but they're trying their hardest now. It looks like Tedford's trying to work with, I believe that's Charlie Smith on the outside, and Pouchon does a lap down, but Collard's another lap down. Padcar, Estehem Padcar is doing a nice job in the 38 car. 37 of Dormitory's a lap down. Charlotte's really got to work with Emma White, I think, at this stage. Vincent Allen, and this is kind of the secondary pack, as we were calling it. I think this pack's actually the fastest on track at this stage. Then there's... Oh, no, I think this pack is. But Jacob Hart in third position. We're going to see where he is in comparison. These guys are just picking off lap cars, really, but quite a ways till... Well, they're going to have Vernier, and then I think it's quite a ways after Vernier until the next lap car. So we're thinking in that gap, maybe that pack can catch him. We're going to go on board with Jacob Hart here. And that little pack up there, you can see the 18s up there with Saber. And they aren't actually going flat out around here today. It doesn't seem like it. A lot of cars had an aggressive bump setup in, or that bump down there to make sure they can handle it, and they're really not performing that well on this track today. Maybe it's the heat. Saber and Hart got held up by the 62 there, who's been really slow. And actually, the 18, or the 19, the 480, the 04 was a lap down, the 91, and the two Catnex cars, and it looks like Perkins have caught up a bit, but they're going to have to deal with the 62 as well, which, believe it or not, other than Silver Fox, they handle a lot better than Hart did. But there's still quite a few lap cars, but this could turn into a pretty big pack race here in a minute. Jacob Hart's leading the charge as they're passing Ryusu. You can see the other two. This is the first time we've seen somebody really close in this second stint of the, well, not second stint, fuel stint, but in the second stint after the first caution. And we're seeing definitely the speed of some of these cars in the secondary pack. Wouldn't surprise me if Noah Hart loses the lead here, however. I think Noah Hart's got probably the car to beat at this stage. Michael White's, of course, a lap down, but I believe he's one of the faster cars on the track as well. But here they are. The pack, or Jacob Hart's now passing Saber for second, and Jacob Hart has help from Nick Mace. Nice family friend there. The Maces are with Noah Hart and the Hart brothers. But now Mace is going for the lead, or going for second as well, as I think Hart just gave a nice little pass to Michael White. However, that might screw him over because Nick Mace and his brother are closing in quickly. And I think it's going to screw him over because there comes Jacob Hart and Nick Mace. Oh, Jacob Hart got into his brother and teammate, but I think Noah Hart's going to lead that lap. But Jacob Hart is now there, or Nick Mace is now there, I'm sorry. Nick Mace is now there and going to take the lead. First leader in a long time, actually. First new leader. Sean Perkins, we saw a glimpse of his car being really strong early on, but haven't seen that in a while, as Noah Hart has fallen way down the order a bit. As he's going to actually... Oh, something's wrong, unless if that's Galligan pitting early again. Galligan's been the king of that, pitting early. And I think he is. But here comes Sean Perkins. Perkins is diving to the inside for the lead now. Thaber's trying something too. Thaber's car looks better in a pack than it does by itself with another car. Thaber's car looks actually quite dreadful by itself, but still not strong enough to get a run going there. But looks like Perkins isn't going to be able to make the move on Mace, and it looks like actually Perkins, I thought, was going to pit, but Thaber bails quickly with Harple, the 23rd place man, a lap down. So actually, Jacob Hart lost some speed there, I think with one of the squids, but Jacob Hart's actually losing that pack that he drug up there, but Noah Hart's trying the inside line, but I think he's going to be left by himself. Oh, nope, he actually jumps up to the high line, but we're just seeing Michael White's got a quick car. If he can get back on the lead lap miraculously, if he can get those 2 laps back, he'll be a threat. But Nick Mace is going to bail for pits with Noah Hart and Jacob Hart, the 2 Hart cars pitted. Once again, I think the Horizon Group 15 car is going to stay out for a little bit. They were one of the longer cars staying out, and since they were in the lead pack, Andy has drafting help. I'm going to watch this 15 car for a little bit. Here comes Perkins down pit road, and whoa! DeLeese just barely got down to pit road speed. As we're just seeing some of these cars, the way they're going. Oh, Nick Mace is coming out of the pits. He's going to beat Hart out, and Jacob Hart. Both the Hart brothers are going to be beaten out of the pits, as we're seeing Shelley as well. I'm seeing Galligan's coming. Still too far back, I think, but to make a move, as he's got to get by Harple a bit here, but here he comes. That's his teammate. that he's going to be messing with. And that's the 19 of Jacob Hart. So Galligan's going to slot into third. Or actually fourth, because Thaber's in third. Thaber's that car that just won't die. But it's Mace, Hart, Noah Hart, Thaber, Galligan, Jacob Hart, James Shelley. Silver Fox once again fast on pit stops, and Sean Angel actually jumped up a few spots. I said watch Sean Perkins here. It doesn't look like he's going to get the lead, but he might be with the... Nah, he's still a little slow, but in this corner he might actually be able to keep in this lead pack, so forces Thaber to run the high line, but Noah Hart, however, is going to get held up by, that is Pushanda, the inaugural American 700 winner, and that's going to bunch up the top four a little bit here. Joshua Collar would have a breakdown at the worst possible moment. He actually shoves Hart down the inside line and blocks everybody else. Collard, I think, had a tire going down or a mechanical problem of some sort, but Nick Mace had a hard time getting back up to speed, and Noah Hart's going to get off to a big lead now. Cooper Cyron once again on his crazy pit strategy. Well, I think the leaders just went by, or for the most part. Yeah, they're just blasted by him. He's still on pit road, so Cyron's got a long way to go. Got to hope for a caution, but that car was the pole-sitting car, and it wouldn't surprise me if he is a threat later on if he gets a caution right. Because of that slow-up, the second pack has actually caught the leader group. Those were the two Kathnex cars working together with Jacob Hart. And I believe Ryusu and Pushanda, who were a lap down, had something to do with that as well. But they are trying to catch Noah Hart now, who's by himself at this rate. But Hart's going to probably try and get a draft off Vernier. And if Vernier doesn't slow him up, Hart could end up slingshotting here or getting way ahead. Vernier shoved him way down the track. I thought they made contact there, but this pack's got to get by Vernier safely, and Vernier's going to shove them down a bit, but they keep in a line and are probably going to catch Hart momentarily. Sean Galligan now is trying to catch Noah Hart, and it looks like we have a car coming out of the pits. That is Casey Lester. Lester's got a quick car too, but he's quite a few laps down. I don't think he'll be a threat. He's 3 laps down, I believe, and he's going to need a few cautions, and with the way this race has been going, he's probably not going to get them. This is probably the cleanest start I've seen since season 14, which ended up turning into a wreckfest at the midpoint. But since season 14, this is probably the cleanest start I've ever seen. Tedford is in 22nd. He's going to go 1 lap down at this rate. But he's got to, I think, probably work in this pack maybe to get back onto the lead lap. It is possible, but it's going to be hard. Nick Mace did it last season. And Tedford's really not going to play too much blocking there and let Hart go by. This is the secondary pack. Pichu London and Basking are fighting for 9th, leading that group. 11, both the Red Bulls are in this, and a couple of lap cars are near it. Cooper Cyron lost the pack because of some lap traffic behind him. Here comes Kyle Nova and Jessica Shelton, 14th and 15th. They're trying to find any means possible to avoid getting lapped, which they are not really in threat right now as the leaders are on the backstretch, but I'd be hoping for a caution at this rate because this one has been a very calm. I just can't say how calm this race is. And the fact is that Noah Hart's car has quickly become the most dominant one I've seen in a while. Noah Hart's car is absolutely dominant today. And not even his brother can really keep up with it. I think Noah Hart's determined to win the American 700. Jordan Davis, he led early on. He's in 18th position, is going a lap down. That just says how spread out this race has been. Not a lot of contenders in this at this rate, but Galligan actually, I think, was starting to lose it a little bit there as time for pit stops. Or actually, that was Shelley that was starting to lose it, but time for pit stops as they come up to Joshua Collard. I thought the yellow light was on for a second, but the pack goes by. New caution lights this year. They actually have like a blinking yellow indicator light underneath the green light, and it's been throwing some people off. I think it threw off Collins in the qualifying race where he thought the race was green, but it was a yellow indicating light flashing, and there's Shelley coming in. Shelley's going to bail for pits. He doesn't want anywhere near that pack. It started looking pretty aggressive there for a minute, but no one can catch that 18 car. That 18 is a rocket. Noah Hart looks like he's going to make a dive for the pits. Perkins is going to predictably stay out. Jacob Hart's going to join him on pit road. And whatever happened to Thaber? Thaber pitted a lap earlier. I don't know if he was in the lead pack or not, but he is still in this race, thankfully. Thaber's car just doesn't look all there yet, but doesn't look like it's handling all that well, these bumps very well, and which is a shame, because I thought Thaber's car, when I saw it leading early on, I felt quite excited for him, because he nearly won the American 700 last season. Here comes Sean Galligan, the first car to bail for pits, like he's been all race, and he's going to actually catch up to Thaber here, I think. Thaber is a couple mile an hour slower, but on the outside line, Galligan is going to hold it, and I think take that spot. We're looking to see where Noah Hart is. Noah's probably going to get a big lead here. Yeah, Hart's got a big lead. That car is just a rocket, and he's going to be a tough one to beat. He's like Mace's car last year. Mace is actually using his winning car here last year. He got on the top 8. He got 8th position in qualifying, but he says it hasn't been right all weekend. He says it hasn't been racing like it did, last season. Cooper Cyron, like 4 laps later, finally made a pit stop from the lead. I think what Cyron's doing here is pretty smart. He's realizing he can go a lap longer than anybody else on a tank of gas. Or he can go a lap to 2 laps longer. If it comes down to a caution after a pit cycle, which we have only seen 1 caution in the first, near 80 laps in this race, Cyron's going to make out like a fat rat like Sanford did in the qualifier. And that's going to be very, very important as this race goes on. If that happens, Cyron could possibly lap the field. However, in all honesty, it's not really even close. I don't think lap the field because Cyron's lost so much time on this strategy, but lap the field's a little bit ambitious. But Jordan Davis, on the other hand, is trying to get his lap back. He does have the speed to possibly do it. His fastest lap is nowhere near as fast as Hart's, but Jordan Davis won the qualifier A with some creative pit strategy, and is looking like he's going to try some stuff to get back onto the lead lap, which arguably could happen. Emma White and Tristan Wilhoit are the next cars in the lead pack sights to lap. One thing that we've got to say is that this is the hottest ARCSOA Lead Series race of all time. I mean, right now, temperatures have dropped a little bit to 107 degrees. They're actually 105 now. I apologize for that. And this kind of a run, they've been running green for like the last 70 laps. It's got to be tiring on these guys. And if this run keeps up for an extended period of time like I'm thinking it might, we're going to see some drivers definitely complaining of exhaustion. And actually, one thing was brought up in, Tyler Thaber brought it up in pre-race. There could be a threat here that somebody could fall out of the race due to exhaustion or medical issues because it is so hot here, and this kind of race is going to be hard on these drivers, as it looks like Michael White has helped Sean Perkins catch, and the pack catch Noah Hart. However, I don't think he can really make a move. Perkins can because of Casey Lester. And the fact that Sean Galligan seemingly wants... but Perkins did make a move there. And Perkins is going to actually lead the lap. So, first leader, once again, in a long time. I mean, pretty much, they have to gang up on Noah Hart if they're going to want the lead. Here comes Galligan, and now Mace on the inside looking for the lead, as it looks like Mace doesn't have a whole lot of help. I've noticed Jacob Hart's car doesn't push that well. And Noah's really doesn't either. Noah's just needs to get to the front. That's his problem. But we're starting to see that Galligan's going to lead that lap. But I'm wondering if Jacobs is going to do the same thing Noah did if it gets out into clean air. And it looks like Thaber has lost the lead pack. Oops. Tyler Thaber has lost the lead pack. Like I said, that car is fast. It's just not fast enough. So the top 5 are in the lead pack. Perkins, Hart, Galligan. Shelley actually lost the lead pack as well. Jacob Hart led, but it looks like Michael White is going to force himself to the inside, which, of course, Michael White and Casey Lester aren't on the lead lap, but is, let's see what happened to the 14. 14's back in 7th position, with the secondary pack that doesn't look nearly as strong as it could be. Something must happen to Jessica Shelton, because she's a lap down now, and, must have had a tire go down or something, but, tough break for Shelton.